What is up, guys? This is JDL Productions, and as you probably read by the title of this video, this is going to be my top 10 favorite smoke alarm finds of the year 2020. Now, despite how bad of a year 2020 has been, I will say that definitely one of the highlights of it for me was how much I have grown my smoke alarm collection. I mean, by the end of the year, it had basically doubled in size compared to how large it was at the very beginning of the year, which is honestly pretty darn crazy to think about. Yeah, now you probably did see that video that I uploaded at like the beginning of last week. Not the beginning of last week, like the end of last. I don't remember when it was, but it was like last week or so where I did a video of my top 5 rarest smoke alarm finds of the year 2020 when the year hadn't really even ended yet. I don't know what it was. Like this, very soon after I uploaded that, I honestly regretted it and wished that I would have waited until the beginning of the next year to do a list of my top 10 favorite finds. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing now. I deleted that other video. Sorry if anybody really liked that video. I just felt that this was way better of a list. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, of course, these are not all the alarms I acquired. I acquired well over 20, maybe even 30 smoke alarms. I mean, a vast majority of the alarms that you see on the shelf right now, I acquired throughout this year, with the exception of maybe around 4 of them. I acquired most of these throughout this year, and a lot of the alarms in this drawer here, too, I also acquired throughout this year. So, yeah, this was just definitely a great year for me in terms of growing my smoke alarm collection. So let's go ahead and get started. So, number 10, which I tried to put them in order as well as I could. Number 10 is my Gillette Captain Kelly 941. This is probably one of my favorite units I've acquired this year. I believe I got it back in I believe May. I won it off of eBay for $20, which is honestly a pretty good deal because there were some other ones on eBay that were around like 50 at that time. So yeah, and I just love the retro factor of this unit as well, like the wood grain design and everything. So yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 is my GE Home Century 8202001 AC powered unit. Now, this would have been probably more near the top of the list had the thing not randomly stopped working. I don't know what happened to it. When I did get it, the horn in it already sounded like it was kind of dying out a little bit, and I guess just what was left in it sort of died out when I sort of tested it when I like sort of tested it after a few times. But yeah, I'm still glad I got it. It's sort of a cool display piece, I guess. Even though the horn in it doesn't necessarily work, and I did test it with smoke, and that didn't work either. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I'm still glad I got it. So yeah, that is number 9. And this had been one of my holy grails for quite some time now on my grail list. Number 8 would have to be my BRK 79R. Now this is of course, a later model 79R, as you can see by the logo that it uses. Yeah, and the horn, as you can see, it's the later style horn. It has the tiered button as well, as you can see right there. So, yeah, that's number 8, because this is another alarm I've been wanting for quite some time now. Kind of would have preferred a slightly earlier version, but I'm still glad I got this. Now, number 7 would definitely have to be the Smoke Guard 907A2. This had also been one of my holy grails for quite some time now. Yeah. Number 6 would definitely have to be my Jameson Code 1 CDM1. Yeah, I've always wanted to work in one of these. Of course, I did have a React version, which I still have it somewhere. I don't know where I put it. But that one obviously didn't work. This one does work, though, so yeah. And it's slightly rarer since it's actually labeled under Code 1 instead of React. Those ones are a little more rare.
Now, number 5 would definitely have to be the Mastercraft 52-0256.
This is just one of overall my favorite units. Yeah. Of course, this one is BRK 77R based, obviously. Now, the only reason it's not a little bit more near to the front was, I don't know if I told any of you this, but one of the cover tabs on it was actually broken off of it, like right when I took it out of the box. I didn't even realize it until after I made the video of it when I got it. So that's a little unfortunate, but luckily I was able to glue it back on. Yeah, that's just one of the reasons it wasn't necessarily at number 1, but it's still one of my favorites. Number 4 would definitely have to be the Guardian FB1A. It's just one of my favorite units. A lot of people actually have them now. I got mine new in the box. A lot of other people's got theirs off of a like a Canadian listing. A guy listed like a whole bunch of them. I got mine new in box though. There's the inside of it. Mine has the test button going right up to the horn. Yeah, definitely really cool. I'm glad I bought this. I was a little bit skeptical on it at first, but I'm glad I bought it. Now, number 3 would definitely have to be the Probe 107. I just love the obscurity of this unit. The fact that it's battery operated. I've just always wanted a Probe unit in my collection in general. It just seems like I've never really been able to get any of the ones that have came up, and I finally managed to get this one. This was pretty much the last smoke detector I bought this year, which was pretty cool. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 2 would definitely have to be the BRK 79R based Sears, the 246.57351. Of course, this one uses the older 79R style PCB with the tiered button and the older horn with the 3 large holes. Yeah, there's the label on the back. Yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite finds. It's one of only 2, I believe, known to exist at the moment. Of course, the other one known to exist being Nathaniel's.
Yeah, and this one had been sitting on eBay for quite some time when I bought it. And honestly, I'm glad I did, because I was a bit skeptical about it, but then I bought it, and I'm glad I did, because this is definitely one of my favorite finds. Top 2, actually. And number 1
would definitely have to be the Norelco Smoky HB0933A. I just love this thing. Of course, there are 2 others known to exist now. Nathaniel bought a couple of them, which you may know by now, but it's still one of my favorite finds. There's the inside of it. Yeah, and it was like mint in the box. Pretty much all these were mint in the box. That's definitely one of the factors I considered here. So, yeah, if I can get the cover back on. There we go. Now, I didn't collect too many fire alarms this year, but I figured I would show you the ones I did get.
First one would be my Wheelock MIZ, my EST Genesis, my ADT 5060S Pole Station, my EST GC-VRF Genesis,
and let me find it. Oh yeah, my EST 202 8AT strobe. Those are really the only fire. Oh yeah, and both of my Federal Signal 450D as well, which there's one of them, and the other one is right there. Almost forgot about those. And I do have one more alarm on the way, which it hasn't even really been shipped yet. Like, I ordered it like 5 days ago, and the last update I got on it was tracking number provided. So hopefully I actually still get the thing, but I do have another alarm on the way, a commercial fire alarm, to be exact. But yeah, that is my top 10 favorite smoke alarm finds of 2020, and as an added bonus, all of the fire alarms I've collected this year. So yeah, that's about it.